Hello, viewers, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And this evening, let us take a look on what is happening in South Africa. There is a party called MK, which is in different trouble after trouble. Remember the issue of Jacob Zuma. It has been taken to court, and they are fighting for the leadership of the MK. Remember, Jabulani Khumalo, the ex-president of the MK party, is going to parliament and is going to be on number one list, is in number one actually on the list to go to parliament. And this is causing a lot of trouble and a lot of problems because there is no clarity at this point in time. So this is Gulam, an ANC fanatic. He says drama intensifies in MK party. Jabulani Khumalo, the founder of MK Party, has released a hard-hitting statement stating that MK Party members will be present in the National Assembly for the swearing-in of MPs. He further stated that Jacob Zuma will not be allowed to continue to abuse our democratic processes. Absolute chaos and carnage. This is what Gulam says. But let us take a look into this later. After taking a look into this later, we will go to MK Party so that we also talk about this issue. We'll go to MK Party to see if there is any communication which will guide us as well regarding this issue. So this is the media statement dated 10 June right here, and it's purported to be coming from Jabulani Khumalo. So it's like, you know, I do not understand if it is a statement or if it is what, because if it was a statement, it was supposed to be coming from the spokesperson of the MK Party or the Secretary General of the MK Party. I do not know the reason why the leadership is not involved. But Jabulani Khumalo, this letter alleges that it's Jabulani Khumalo who originated it, and is saying that as the leader of UNCONFIRMED, members of parliament will be present for their swearing in on the designated date. And he speaks about the purported MK communication to the effect that parliament is not constituted based on the absence of 58 MK members of parliament being misguided. But is that the correct position? That is not the correct position of the MK. The MK is saying we are not going to parliament up until our case has been heard in court. This is what the MK is saying. And what Jabulani Khumalo is purported to have said right here are two different things. And they're saying the true leader of MK, being myself, does not agree with it. Parliament has been constituted in 400 members, with 400 members as the confirmation of 400 elected members following the elections. And also that he speaks about, there is something which is very important, which I'm taking a look right here. He spoke about the election results. He said that the election results which were announced are the correct, and he's standing with those results. That is the last paragraph, which says, I confirm that I on behalf of MK, accepted the results as pronounced by the Independent Electoral Commission. In no amount of staple conspiracy theories by Mr. Zuma will collapse this nation. This is what he is reported to have said right here. But let us go to MK Party so as to understand what is really happening. There is a contact there and also an email address as stated there. And let us go to the MK Party so that we see the position of the MK Party so far. What does the MK Party say about this position taken by, purported to have been taken by Jabulani Khumalo? So if you go to UNCONFIRMED Party, there is nothing on UNCONFIRMED Party to confirm this development from Jabulani Khumalo, or they have not noted anything to do with Jabulani Khumalo taking over the MK Party. And they gave a media statement 17 hours ago, and the MK Party intends interdicting the convening of the unconstitutional sitting of inaugural session of the National Assembly. All votes must be counted, which means they're saying that they are going to place an interdict in court to make sure that they stop the counting processes. The swearing in ceremony. They want to stop this swearing in ceremony of the MPs up until this matter has been finalized in court. So this is what is happening at this point in time. Remember, in 14 days, Parliament must constitute and elect a speaker as well as a president, and they are threatening to stop this action. So what is very important to note at this point in time is Jabulani Khumalo left MK party. He didn't go to the elections as the leader of the MK, and Jacob Zuma was there as the leader of the MK. So what it means is there will be need for the MK to have that transition to be explained, what really happened, what made Jacob Zuma come on board as the leader, and what made him step down as well as the leader. Those are the considerations which must be put in place at this point in time so as to understand what is really happening. But what is very important is to note that how is MK communicating? They have a Department of Media and Communications. This is very important to note. Every time they communicate, they don't communicate haphazardly. They communicate through the media and communications department, and their spokesperson is Khumalo Ndlela. This is the person who signs their letters after these communications, which means at this point in time, it's difficult for anybody to claim that Jabulani Khumalo has taken charge of the MK effectively, which means, in my own view, I believe that this is mere propaganda. This is propaganda which is being run against President Jacob Zuma. At this point in time, without a court application stating that Jacob Zuma is no longer the leader of the MK, stating that Jabulani Khumalo has assumed the leadership of the MK, then there is a problem. And also remember that even if he is to come back and become the president, the leadership of the MK will need to deliberate. They can deliberate, sit down, fire him again from the MK after doing or carrying out the necessary procedures to do so, which means one way or the other, it is going to be very difficult for him to continue to be in that leadership. Remember, they've not gone to Congress, which means they might quickly call a Congress. If they want to get rid of him, they will simply call for a Congress to happen. And when a Congress happens, the people will vote for whoever they want to be leading the MK party. And they can vote him out of the leadership, which means at this point in time, Jabulani Khumalo cannot make his sole decisions on his own to force the MK people to say everybody is going to parliament or everybody is not going to do ABCD. This is going to be an issue of the whole team of the MK constituting and making decisions. And if you take a look on the leadership which is there within the AMK, these are leadership which are pro-Zuma. The majority of them, they are pro-Zuma, and they are where they are because of Jacob Zuma, who propelled them up. So the only way for the MK to survive, even for the 2029 elections, is when Jacob Zuma is still visible in that party, or when they still have ties with Jacob Zuma. So it will be very difficult for them to dump Jacob Zuma at this point in time. This is my assessment. This is how I view everything. So we have taken a look on the letter, which is purported to be originating from Jabulani Kumalo, and we've also taken a position as we investigated the position of the MK party. They have not announced anything to do with Jabulani Kumalo as far as we are concerned so far, which means these are simply rumors from haters from the ANC, and we continue to see what is happening there in South Africa. There is nothing from the MK party page right here to suggest that they have communicated anything else. So if they had made a communication, we could have seen it on their official platform on X. We could have seen their spokesperson communicating that position. So I believe that this letter is fake, and we'll see what is going to happen if the MK party are going to be coerced and forced by Jabulani Khumalo. Remember, this is the same scenario with the one in Zimbabwe, where Chabangu, a man called Chabangu, simply came from nowhere and started to say, I'm the leader of this party, I have been leading this party, and so. This is what is happening in the Southern African politics. There is a mess everywhere. And let us continue to extend our prayers to the people of Malawi the Vice President of Malawi is missing since morning, and we extend our prayers to the nation of Malawi. Let us continue to be in solidarity with the people of Malawi. Michael, thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Let us meet in other episodes and other podcasts.